You know, right now, all around us, one of the biggest security upgrades in the history of the internet is happening, and most of us can't even see it. It's this massive race against a future threat, one that could unravel our entire digital world. So let's pull back the curtain and see what's really going on. Just think about that for a second. Every single password, every secure message you've ever sent, every financial transaction. What if a new kind of technology was on its way that could eventually just unlock all of them? Well, that's not science fiction. It's the very real problem that governments and tech companies are scrambling to solve as we speak.
So here's the core of it. The encryption protecting us right now, it's incredibly strong against the computers we have today. But a whole new kind of machine, a quantum computer, will plays by a completely different set of rules. And that makes it a fundamental threat to how we keep things safe online. The easiest way to think about our digital security is a system of locks and keys. Cryptography creates these digital locks that are so complex that even our fastest supercomputers would take like billions of years to pick them. We use these for literally everything, from online banking to just sending a simple text. But what happens when someone invents a lock picker that can break any lock? Well, that unbreakable lock picker, that's a quantum computer. See, today's computers basically try to guess the key one by one, just really, really fast. A quantum computer, though, can essentially try a huge number of keys all at the same time. It just completely changes the game.
Now, look, this isn't happening tomorrow. We do have early quantum computers today, but they're not nearly powerful enough yet. The experts think we're probably about 10 to 20 years away from what they call a cryptographically relevant one, basically one that's strong enough to actually break our locks. But when that day comes, pretty much all of our current digital locks become useless, almost overnight. And that brings us to why this is so urgent.
You might be thinking, okay, if it's a decade away, what's the big rush?
Well, because the bad guys aren't waiting, the danger, in a very real sense, has already started. So what are the security experts really worried about right now? It's something called a harvest now, decrypt later attack. It's pretty straightforward. Hostile groups can just copy and save massive amounts of our encrypted data today. Right now, it's just gibberish to them. But they're playing the long game. They're just storing it all, waiting for the day their quantum computer is fired up and ready to crack it all wide open. And this makes the stakes just painfully clear. I mean, think about it. Government secrets, a company's intellectual property, your own personal health records. If an adversary gets a copy of that data today, while it's still safely locked up, they just have to be patient. Any secret that needs to stay secret for more than a decade is already vulnerable right now.
So, how do you fight back against a threat from the future? You have to build a new kind of lock, one that even a quantum computer can't pick.
And that solution is post-quantum cryptography, or PQC. This isn't just some small software update. It's a whole new generation of security. These new algorithms are built on completely different types of math problems, ones that we believe are incredibly difficult for both regular computers and quantum computers to solve.
Now, what's really interesting here is that not all cryptography is equally in danger. The stuff here at low risk, symmetric key, that's kind of like having one key that both locks and unlocks a box. It's great for scrambling the data itself. The real problem, the critical risk, is with asymmetric key cryptography. This is more like having a public padlock that anyone can snap shut, but only you have the one-of-a-kind private key to open it. It's what we use for digital signatures and to kick off a secure connection. A quantum computer can basically look at that public padlock and figure out your private key. The whole system breaks down right at the start.
So we have the new quantum-proof locks. That's great, but swapping out every single lock on the entire internet, well, that is a monumental task. It's going to require a global, coordinated plan.
And just to give you some perspective, let's look at a much simpler crypto migration from the past. For a lot of big companies, it took over 5 years just to update a single standard. The move to PQC is, it's way more complex. And that's exactly why the work has to start now.
The good news is there's a clear way forward. First, organizations have to figure out every single place they're using cryptography. Make a big list of all their locks and keys. That's the diagnosis. Then, they have to plan out a roadmap. What gets upgraded first? And finally, they begin the long process of actually executing that plan, rolling out the new PQC solution.
So if you're running a business or you're in the tech world, this might all sound, well, pretty overwhelming. But here's the best part. You don't have to wait. There are smart things you can do right now that are hugely beneficial, even beyond preparing for quantum computers. I love this quote because it really gets to the heart of it. The things you need to do to get ready for PKC, they're just good security practices. They're valuable no matter when a powerful quantum computer actually shows up.
So what are these no-regret moves? Honestly, it's about getting your cryptographic house in order. First, you need a full inventory of every lock and key you own. Then, you gotta check who you're buying your locks from. That's your software supply chain. Are they ready for PQC? It's about running risk assessments and updating your policies. This is just basic smart security that protects you from all kinds of threats, not just a quantum one down the road. And the ultimate goal here, the real prize, is to achieve what's called cryptographic agility. It basically means you've built your systems to be flexible so you can swap out cryptographic parts easily when you need to. If you have that agility, the next time a big threat comes along, the upgrade won't be a 5-year crisis. It'll just be a manageable process. So this massive invisible upgrade is already happening. It's an absolutely fascinating and critical race to secure our future against a technology that's still just over the horizon. The challenge is huge, no doubt, but the work being done today was what will protect the security and privacy of our digital lives for decades to come.